Hey there everyone, it's Laurel. Today I'm going to be making a project using some of the new iridescent gelatos. I couldn't wait to get my hands on those. And I'm going to pair those gelatos with some glass bead glitter gel. And here's a look at the project I'm going to be making in the video. The iridescent gelatos already have this beautiful sparkle to them, but see that it's like a textury glitter at the top. Well, that's the glass bead glitter gel, and I'm going to show you all that good stuff. Now, anytime I use gelatos, I always prime my cardstock with gesso. Gesso is like, think of it like a paint primer for your walls. It just really makes the gelatos blend beautifully and easily. I'm going to be using the Vogue Skies stamp set from the ton here, and I'm using my mini Misty here, and I'm also using one of the creative corners down there in the left-hand corner. And I'm going to ink up this gorgeous Skyline. I love this. I actually begged her to create a Skyline stamp set, and she blew my socks off with this stamp set, and also the different silhouettes in the stamp set, like the Statue of Liberty and the Ferris wheel. It's fantastic. So inking that up with some onyx black ink, I did a double stamping there to make sure it's nice and black, sprinkling on some clear embossing powder, and then I'll heat set that. And then I'm going to be using the gelatos. I love watching embossing powder melt. Do you guys like that? I will never forget the first time I melted embossing powder, and my son, his little eyes just went, well, you can't see me, but his eyes went super wide. He thought I was some kind of magician. I did cut a little mask, part of the little Skyline there, because I want to stamp that Statue of Liberty in the background, kind of hovering above the buildings was my goal. So I'm using just some random tape I had on my desk. And then I cut off that, or I cut out that little mask with some typing paper. That's all I did. Very simple. That was probably on my desk too. I have a lot of garbage on the surrounding areas of my frame here. If you guys could see my whole desk, you would be appalled, probably. Again, inking up that Statue of Liberty with that same VersaFine Onyx Black ink. It's a pigment ink. Any pigment ink stays wet a lot longer, so you can heat emboss. And I'm using the gelatos, and I really wanted the silhouette of the Skyline and Statue of Liberty to really pop from the background, so that's why I'm heat embossing all this good stuff. And then I will again heat emboss the Statue of Liberty. And now I've got my background here, and I'm going to be ready to use the gelatos. Now gelatos are creamy little, I call them creamy little chapsticks. They're pigmented little chapsticks. You twist them off just like a chapstick, and you just scribble it onto your card base there. Now this is a iridescent gelatos kit. It comes with 15 gelatos and also comes with a couple of blending wedges. In this beginning of the card, I actually am using one of the wedges, but I honestly like blending gelatos the best with my fingers or with a damp cloth or wet wipe. To me, that's just the easiest way. I'm going to be using a lot of different colors from this kit. Again, it comes with 15 different colors, and I'm just playing around. I'm going to keep layering colors and mixing colors until I get the look that I want. Now, again, these are very pigmented, creamy sticks of goodness. They're fantastic. Gelatos come in two sizes. You have the original size, which is what comes in this kit in the iridescent line. And then you have the double scoop, which is just the same formulation. It's just double the size. They have iridescence now, which is new. That was announced, I believe, well, it's not called CHA anymore. What is it called? Creativation? I don't even know. It was announced there, and I could not wait to get my hands on it. They have regular, and then they have metallics. So they have 3 different kind of finishes of the gelatos, and I just love this stuff. I can't encourage you enough anytime you're using gelatos, and I get a lot of emails about this, to prime your cardstock. It doesn't matter what cardstock you use, because you're going to prime it with gesso. There are lots of different gessos on the market. I'm using the one by Faber Castell today, but your brick and mortar stores like Michael's, Joann's, they sell gesso too. Prime your cardstock with the gesso. You can apply the gesso with a paintbrush or a palette knife if you really want some texture, but I usually just apply it with a paintbrush because I want a smooth finish. Dries super fast. If you were to walk away and go brush your teeth and come back, it would probably be dry. Or you can zap it with your heat gun and it'll dry in under 10 seconds. I'm cracking up that these gelatos keep rolling into what I'm trying to do, and I'm pushing it away. Anyway, so don't give up on gelatos if you've used them and you just kind of didn't like it when you first tried it. prime it with the gesso. I promise you, it's like a night and day difference here. It will just blend beautifully. It creates a non-porous surface, so it makes the surface of your cardstock much more smooth, and these things blend like butter, I gotta tell you. You can see I'm just continuing to add different colors. I'm laying one color on top of the other. I've now moved on to blending with a microfiber cloth. I just spritz the cloth with some water so it's damp, and I'm blending it that way. Any gelato that I put down over these heat embossed images, it's going to resist. That's another reason why I like using the heat embossing, because it's really going to resist the gelato that you put down and maintain that dark silhouette that I've created by the stamping. So I'm just continuing to play around. I'm going to show you a couple of different things right here, just to show you some of the things that gelatos can do. I actually have a mini series on my YouTube channel called Simply Gelatos that I did last year or the year before, just kind of introducing you to gelatos. If you want to check that out, you can see I just buffed away any of the gelato that was sitting on top of those heat embossed images there, and I'm good to go. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do right here with the gelatos. My water flicking, I mean, it's what I'm known for. Y'all are probably sick of seeing it, but you can water flick with the gelatos. All the stuff keeps rolling into my frame. This is cracking me up. At the time that I was creating, I didn't notice. Anyway, so you can see the water droplets that I just put down right there. So they react to water beautifully. So you can create these beautiful scenes with these water droplets if you want to. What am I doing now? That was the white. I wanted to have a little white at the top of the sky. I'm going to keep messing around until I get the look that I want, basically, just so you know. So I just wanted to show you one. You can do water droplets with the gelatos. It's not something I necessarily wanted for this card, so I'm going to go in and layer on some more gelato colors to kind of remove some of the water droplets. I wanted a little, just not quite as much as what I put down. So have no fear. You can go and lay your gelatos right over the top and kind of continue to play around until you get the look that you want. I wasn't satisfied with the water down there on the bottom. I had such an intense, beautiful skyline above the building. I needed a little bit darker water. So I'm going to go in and just continue to play until I get the look that I want. And this was my first time using these iridescent gelatos. You saw me open the kit at the beginning of the video. So I didn't, I had no idea. Wanted to show you that you can take a wet paintbrush, and look at that, I'm making waves in there. Just by taking a paintbrush with just water, and I kind of, zigzagged all over the water there to create that, if that's the look that you wanted. I just wanted to show that you can do that. It's not necessarily something I wanted, so I'm going to go back in with the paintbrush, and I'm basically painting with gelatos right here. You can paint with them. I actually will have another video coming up in the next week or so where I totally watercolored with gelatos and only gelatos. So you can use them as a watercolor medium if you wanted to. So don't be afraid to play around. If you make a mistake, just layer on some more gelatos and cover it up. See, like I'm doing right now. So anyway, I was totally just playing around. I wanted to see if you could do the water droplets, wanted to see if you could create some texture by adding, brush strokes into the water. Just play. That's I have a video that I did last week. My friend Emily had hosted a video hop, the cutest video hop ever, because everybody was crafting with their kids, and my daughter played with these gelatos. She did all purples and had a great time. So I'm flicking on a little bit. This was one of the black color that comes in the kit. It's very faint. You can barely see it, but I just wanted to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of black flecks there, and I think I'm happy. I like the purple that I added into the water. I think, you guys, I am satisfied. Whoa. So let's add the glass bead glitter gel. Look at that texture right there. Now this is going to look like a hot mess when I put it down. It is like the consistency of wet sand almost. Is how I would describe it. I've grabbed a palette knife and I am just slapping it on there. I'm lathering it on there. It looks like a hot mess. Now you see that little miscue down there in the bottom right? You just ignore that. That's why I cut that out of the video, because I'm not going to use it. I didn't heat emboss it. It's not permanent, because after I stamped it, I decided I didn't want it there. I knew I was going to cover it up with a sentiment strip. So just, ignore that. Ignore it. So I am slapping on, lathering on this glass bead. This looks like a hot mess. You're probably thinking I have ruined this card, because that's what I was thinking when I was putting this down. But walk away, have a sandwich, do a load of laundry, go make your beds, whatever. Walk away and let it dry. It dries completely clear, but you are left with this beautiful, sparkly texture. It also does not come off. I don't typically work with glitter often because I don't like how it comes off all over my hands. This stuff stays put. You can see I popped up that miscue on a sentiment strip. So see, woohoo. So that's the card. Give gelatos a try. They're so fun. Again, prime your card base with gesso. I can't encourage it enough. This glass bead glitter gel is so stinking cool. I tried really hard to capture the texture on the camera. It's hard to pick up, but man, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I sent the card to Effie, and she was like, wow, that's pretty. And then I sent her a little video clip of me moving it back and forth, and she was like, whoa, look at all that texture. So I love that glass bead glitter gel. It's so cool. Anyway, gelatos, you guys, I'm telling you, calorie free. You ain't got to worry about getting fat from using these gelatos. Have a great day.